Maybe scheduled for 1:15. Just start the fucking stream now. What?
I think a favorite
Bro,
animal, or vegetable or fruit, can help us
we
recognize what kind
start
of
it
people we
now,
want to
man.
become.
Bro, what? I don't even know what the hell happened.
Now, dear. This is just a temporary stop along the way. The
Ay,
actual
ay, ay.
right after
Dude,
this. I
is
promise.
this working? Or what? Oh, it's working. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
Sometimes a shrouded path is not meant to be
that's
walked.
funny.
Move forward with
I
blind
see
ambition,
that happens
and the smoke might
pretty much
suffocate
a
you.
lot. Cause I let my sister do all this stuff. I don't care about the pro profile pictures and the name and the like all this stuff. Name cards and avatar and I don't even know who the hell Rebo whatever that hell says. I don't even know who the hell that is. I let my sister do all that stuff. But that's funny though. Goodbye, miss. Anyways, yeah, you know what, let me just hurry up and just finish with this theory. And then honestly, I don't even know if I should continue with my other theories. Because I don't even know if this crap is gonna keep happening. I don't know if this is gonna stop streaming. But anyways, just to sum up real quick of everything. Yeah, that's basically what I believe. I believe all the Descenders are related somehow because they all fall in the lineage of Otto and Paimon, and all the Ascenders are related to Paimon in some way. And then they're moon related because again, Otto will represent the sun, Paimon will represent the moon. They went to war. Paimon fell into the void, created the abyss. Moon, abyss would be moon related, and then the suns will be descender related. So like authority,
Someone told you the masters of the
which
Night
is
Wind is a
basically
tribe of
exactly what
weirdos?
all the descenders are now.
Who else
They
is
have
there?
like
I
the
thought I was the
or
only one.
were because all of them are not alive yet. Or well, yeah, maybe I should say yet because they'll probably come back alive. Some of them. Because I think right now Move Along and the third one is dead, but we just gotta see. The third one is 100% dead. Um, but anyways, so what you call it? Ay, ay, dude. Oh, hold on. Let me go back into my world. Let me see if I could try to find this person. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, that's just basically what I think. And then, yeah, so to like each descent. Oh, hold on. Well, let me finish with. Dude, again, I'm sorry. I'm like all over the place. I'm like extremely tired. And I'm annoyed because I'm having the same problems on Twitch, on YouTube now. Which is honestly like just pissing me off. I don't know why this streaming is just not working. But anyways, yeah, the Descenders represent basically like authority and the like a change of rule that they can like change the world and create like a new world order basically, which again we already seen because the first Descender, the Shades, Irminsul, and whatnot, and then New Belong using
Exploration
the
and
Abyss
trials.
to
Adventuring is right
like
up my
overthrow
alley.
that one. Then the third Descender trying to overthrow that one using the moons or moon and the cryo power. Because like I said before, I think cryo is under authority of the moons, and the moons are of the abyss once again. Um, and then again, the fourth Descender, which is the Traveler we see now, Ether. And then by the ending of this, I think all this stuff is gonna be destroyed. Because in my last Star Road stream, I came out and said, which I'm very strongly like in agreement of. I'm not gonna get too much into it because that's like a rabbit hole. I don't want to get down into that. But the place where they call the path space, which looks like a blown up planet, and then the same like golden beam that shoots into the sky, just like how it was in the Celestia trailer when they showed the other shades. They had that golden beam in the middle. So that's still the same in the path space. So that's why I think Tevet was originally there with Celestia. But then this Traveler, the fourth Descender, and everybody destroys all the old rules together and then create a new one, which is called the Paths. And then that's what basically what leads into Star Rail. That's what I think. Just real quick and simple. But yeah, so it's the authorities that always try to keep everything the same and change it. And it's the Ascenders that always try to destroy it and create new. That's why when Nubelon came with the Abyss power, he wanted to, well, he wanted to destroy it and then create the old one back. So he still had the Descender mentality. But while he was trying to destroy the Primordials rule, he had the Ascenders mentality. But I think he had the Ascenders mentality because of Alice. The one that helped him use the Abyss to fight the Primordial one. Because, yeah, that's another thing I was going to mention. I believe every single Descender also has Ascender that has a connection with them. Honestly, I just don't know who would the Primordial one be. That one I'm not entirely sure of, honestly. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe one of the Shades. Maybe. Probably Isharoth, now that I think about it. Because I would say Venti, but Isharoth is like more ancient than Venti. Even though Venti is like extremely ancient. But I think Isharoth would be like first creation type things with like Otto and Paimon. Because she's basically like the living embodiment of time. So, and time is like everlasting. It's like past, present, and future. So, maybe she's the Ascender with the Primordial one. And then, of course, Nubelon and Alice. Then, um, the third Descender, and now that I think about it, because I know I was talking about the whole like Ashikai's video. I think that's how you say her name. When she was talking about Reed Miller and the third Descender or whatnot. But honestly, again, I cannot remember right now for the life of me. It's driving me goddamn insane. The only thing I do remember is trying to use the sample device to create the perfect like being, almost like a Descender type person. But then they didn't think the boy was a perfect being because he's half Scion and half Cesnaya, which she thinks is Reed Miller, and honestly, I also think is Reed Miller. So maybe like he will be the Ascender type with the third Descender, because I don't think it has to be directly. Because again, I think the Travelers are a very special case, because they're literally going to destroy all of the old rules and create something new entirely, like stuff that they don't even rule themselves, which again was the whole little path space theory I just said. So, but as far as the other three, I don't think necessarily when they descended into Teyvat that the Ascenders came with them. Or maybe they did. Or maybe they could have already been here. Which that will most likely be the case with the Primordial one, if Isharov is the Ascender that came with him. But yeah, so the third Descender, his Ascender, is most likely probably Reed Miller. Which is actually now that I'm talking about this, I actually remember one of the things that she mentioned, that the sample has to do something with like well, it's like a metaphor. It's not exactly what it is, but like almost like a field of like creations, and then Reed Miller, like Reed has to do with like you know, like the crops and stuff, and then Miller has to do like something else with like growing. So it basically, like his like name kind of symbolizes like what the sample does. So that's why she also thinks he's the child that they tried to make. Which again, the child that they tried to make is almost like a Descender. So it's basically almost like, not exactly, because they didn't try to make them, they tried to call them, but basically trying to get a Descender to come and like help them is basically almost the same thing. So it's basically like the Scions and the Conrians. The Conrians were calling upon Descenders using a field of those flowers, which I forgot the flowers' names. And then the Scions were trying to use their own creation of quote unquote like flower-like stuff, which is the sample. And then it created Reed Miller, which is very ironic. Oh, that also reminds me, because when I was talking about the other stuff, this crossed my mind, but I didn't mention it. What you call it? I just realized, like, this is why I also think they're probably all the same, or like the same lineage, because they try to create different stuff, and yeah, they do, but then when the next person comes and takes over, they like change it but it's basically still almost like the same, like still almost like the same stuff that they just changed, if that makes sense. So, like the sample, like all that stuff was during like New Belong, and then the Primordial one came, and then he did Irminsul, um, and then you have what you call it? Then you have um, like New Belong with like the 7 dragons, and then this guy, the Primordial one, the 7 Archons, and each one holds like the element. The Shades, Dumb Appearing, and then New Belong with like the 3 moons, which basically almost were like the first Shades. So like, you see what I'm trying to get at? Like, it's basically almost the same stuff. So, but yeah, this is all just stuff that I think so. Oh yeah, and honestly, I'm kind of like all over the place. I said I was gonna try to look for this girl with the guy. But I don't even think they're in Nasha Town. I don't even know where that bard is. Also, I'm kind of annoyed. I didn't listen to all his stories, bro. Dude, I regretted it. Cause he was talking about Reed Miller stealing the treasures. Then he got caught, and he had to basically kind of work off the debt. Then the story about the these 5 things. Even though right now you can only get 3, because the last 2 will be, whoops, wrong one. Will be all the way up, even more north. It's like it starts with a P. Cause this guy mentions it. I believe this old man mentions it also, and then Flint mentions it when you unlock the sigil place thingy. Ay ay ay. But yeah, and it talks about that, and then he talks about the um the Belazar reaching the Golden Realm, which again, that also makes me think of why the 3rd Descender is the first Cryo Archon, and I don't think it's the father or the grandfather. Because again, even in that book of the Hymns of the Far North, it says that the Cerisa's father was trying to marry her off, so he would be able to go into Celestia and reach like a Golden Realm and stuff like that. So if he was the Cryo Archon already, then why would he need his help to reach that? Like, it would be different if it said he wanted to like use him to like overthrow it and stuff like that, but it said to reach, so I don't know. Then right about some other stuff, and then like half right and half wrong about mostly everything. Yeah, my whole March being Polka Kakamon thing is gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. But honestly, in a good way. Even though I was like so insanely wrong about that, I actually really like how I came up with that theory. I thought I did pretty well. And to be fair, we still don't know exactly who the hell she is. So I could have been wrong about that, but sorta on the right track. Like, what if Polka just ends up being like one of the children of Honor Supply? I don't even know how the hell you pronounce it. I'm just gonna say pure children of remembrance. Even though I think it's called Child of Honor Savara. I think that's how you say it, or it's something like that. But it basically just translates to pure child of remembrance. So, and again, honestly, I don't even know what the hell you would consider them. They're kind of almost like in the same position of like these Xianzhou generals. Like, it's confusing. I don't even know what the hell they are technically. Well, actually, no. They're like a... Because they're either emanators or like extraders. Even though I think they probably are emanators, but that's not 100% confirmed, so don't take that as a fact. But yeah, the pure children of remembrance, to me, they're like sorta in that boat a little bit, just without the very strong Path Riders part. If it ends up being very strong Path Riders, that would honestly just be stupid. But yeah, right now, it's either between Emanators or like literally Eon. Because they are of the body of Fu Li. So, again, it will probably be either Emanators, because maybe it's not just full power. But then again, he'd be shattering himself to like millions of pieces, so... Dude, I don't even think this guy has full power of his own damn self. But, that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, so they're either Emanators or they literally are Fu Li. Just in like millions of different ways. So March will either be Emanator or she literally is Fu Li. Or like part Fu Li. And then Polka Kakamon. If I was on the right track, because that's what I basically tried to say. That she was a Garden of Recollection member. And then joined the Nihility group, which that is 100%, that we know is a fact. She joined that Nihility group because it's her, Dr. Primitive, Doctors of Chaos members, a Knight of Beauty, and I believe there's one more person. Or at least that we know of. But yeah, I was like sorta on that path. And then I thought March was the creation of the garden to absorb Polka's memories back. That was basically my whole entire theory. Even though it gets like way deeper, but again, I'm not getting into all that stuff. Honestly, I wanted to do the quest, but I'm like honestly so exhausted. And honestly, and altogether, I've been streaming for probably like 5 hours. But again, unfortunately, a whole bunch of stuff got like cut out, or it just stopped, or I had to keep on like streaming over and over again. So again, it's like all cut in different pieces and whatnot. Yeah, this is so annoying, but it is what it is. Oh, now that I just realized that I did all this. Again, I was supposed to be looking for this stupid ass guy. Yeah, if he's not here, then. Huh. I wonder. I might actually look that up. That's the thing. I be saying I'm gonna look up a lot of stuff, and I just kind of forget. But I really do need to. I want to see if you can meet them again, or does their story just end just like that? Especially the bard, man. The bard, like, I really wanted to finish all the stories he was telling. Oh, now that I see this,
Just my luck.
let me actually talk about my whole Cerista thing right now. And not related to the third descender. This has to do with Cesnaya. And, that crazy guy. Because this place... Actually, you know what? Let me just go to it. And then I could always come back over here. But this place... Right here, in the middle of the Nothing Passage. This was very, very interesting. It was extremely short, but honestly,
Rev the engines.
it felt like it had like the most lore. Even though that's, you know, obviously not the case, but you know, it's just there's something about this. This is gonna lead into a whole, because basically, well, I started this way. I'm not sure if there's a way that's one that starts over there. I honestly don't know. But there leads over here, and then there's a blue Sealy, and then they mix together, and then a black hole appears. And then when the black hole appears, you go inside the abyss, and then when you come out of the abyss, this happens, which is like all this like moon related stuff, which again, that kind of leads into my theory about the abyss having the authority of the moons, therefore having the authority of Cryo. Oh, that's the thing. I mentioned that before. I didn't even. That's when I sidetracked into the whole Descender thing. Just real quick. Again, the Primordial one has authority over the Shades, and then the Shades have authority over certain elements. Excuse me. So Isharoth is Animal. Renova is Electro, Pyro. Osmode is Geo, and Nibirius and my daughter is Dendro and Hydro. So the Cryo, I believe, belongs to the moons. That's why they also trying to do the whole Moon Maiden thing, and you know the Damsel and whatnot. I also have a little theory about that, but nah, this one is not that long. But I'm gonna get sidetracked and I'm gonna forget, so I'll talk about that one after this. But yeah, basically I wanted to just show this. And then just say that using the moons, because again, I think it's like with the same, like the abyss and the moons have like authority over the cryos, right? So, and this leads into the abyss, right? So, now let's go back here and talk to this nutcase. Because he says something interesting. Like, he says a lot of things interesting. Most of it is just nonsense. But, some of his nonsense does sound pretty interesting.
Take me up.
Because he's gonna talk about Sesnaya. Alright, so just a recap. Again, it was only like 30 seconds ago. This, the two elements, or the two like Sealies, the red and blue, created the whole abyss stuff, and then that like little crater thing. And then the moons also have to do with the abyss, right? So
I'd have lost myself.
okay, this again, like I said, most of this stuff is just nonsense. Especially with the whole Na'Krai falling off the earth. Yeah, that's just crazy. So he's a flat earther. Yeah, you see? But we do know that Na'Krai is the edge of Tevet. Because Alice said that herself. Even though, not in this way. Because I don't think the earth is flat. That's basically what this guy is insinuating. So he is right about that. And then, yeah, this is when he started catching my attention about Sesnaya being fake, which obviously I don't agree with, but you see what I'm trying to get at, because he says something interesting, which that's one of them right there. That if it's at the edge, then nothing should be beyond it, which I agree with. But again, not in the sense of, like a flat earth type of crap, like what he's trying to say. But this is where my whole, things, tie into. So, if the Abyss has authority of the moons, or the moon, and then the moons have the authority of Cryo, then who's to say that Sesnaya is actually hidden in the Abyss? Like, see what I'm trying to get at? I hope I'm not sounding too confusing, because again, I'm like mad tired. I'm like so out of it, but yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to get at. That if Na'Krai is at the edge of the earth, which again, we know that's true, because Alice said it herself. Again, not the way that he's saying it, not like in a flat earth sense. So if Alice knows about it, and then she's also the sustainer of the borders, so she's watching over. And if my theory is right about her helping Nubelong, Nubelong coming back with the Abyss to wage war against the Primordial One, then it wouldn't exactly be hard for her to either help the Sarista, which maybe she did, maybe not. Because if she didn't, I kind of have another theory of how the Sarista is hiding Cesnaya within the Abyss. So it's either Alice helping her, or it'll be the Sarista actually using Osmodei. And Osmodei is creating a void within the Abyss to hide Cesnaya inside of it. That's what I think. Like either ways of those happening. Cause like again, like in this part I do agree with that. Like if this is basically the end, then how can Cesnaya go beyond it? Okay, and then this is just random crap. Don't yeah, he's just blabbing. Because we obviously know Romario is real. Let's just call Romero. This. Oh my god. Oh, sorry. Keep yawning, man. This right here. This also interests me because I haven't read every single book, but I've read like a lot of the books in this game, and like even the letters that you pick up, or the red, because you can't pick up all letters, which is weird. I don't know why, but anyways, even the letters that's like on the sides of like wherever, like in places. Like in Not Cry, like what I was talking about earlier, with like the whole Reed Miller thing at the campfire, and the bard was telling the stories, and most of them was about Reed Miller, and then one of them was the first Cry Archon trying to reach the Golden Realm, and then I still forgot that guy's name. The Electro Yaksha. He was telling a story about him. Because it's the same one you fight in the chasm. With Shao. Was it Shao, Yanfei, Ito, Shinobu? It starts with a B. Anyways, that's besides the point. Like over there, there's a letter. It just basically reads, basically reads, oh my god. Hold on, what does it say? I don't even remember. But there's a letter there that you could read, but you can't pick it up. So, anyways, I said all that stuff. I'm like going all over the place. I don't even, like, my mind. But I said all that just to say this. That in this instance also, I have to agree with him. Because I don't remember seeing anything. Or like picking up the books and like reading some of those books of anything coming from Cesnaya. There's always like the Fatui says that we just come from Cesnaya. Or like if there is a letter from Cesnaya, then it's again like on the Fatui. It's not like a regular like book that like like say something ancient or like whatever. Like that I haven't even seen yet. Because the only ancient books or letters is again not cry, and not cry talks about Sesnaya, but it's not called Sesnaya. It's called something else. It's basically it's like SNES something. But as far as like a book or something from Sesnaya, like itself, talking about like the ancient past or whatever, again, I have to agree and with this because I haven't seen that yet. It's usually everybody else that talks about it. That I just that's just nonsense. That well, mm, that's the thing, because it wasn't called Sesnaya before. It was called something else, Snezza something. So I mean, technically, he is right about the Sesnaya like name part of like their past, but like the actual past with like their first name, he will be wrong. Yeah, that's what I said. Mostly he just speaks just like random crap. But there is some things that's like, he might be onto something. Alright, now let me just do it with the Fatui. I'm pretty sure he says something else. Oh my god. Oh, yes, you see? That's what I also think is in the abyss. Because that's another thing. I never really even heard of people going, obviously, besides the Fatui members.